Friends, this is Vanuatu, an island country in the South Pacific. The chief here is incredibly hospitable. During the day, he takes me to the shore. We catch octopuses and all kinds of large shells. At night, he even takes me to catch giant lobsters as thick as an arm. Most importantly, all the seafood we catch gets turned into local delicacies. This has completely changed my perception of chiefs. Alright, friends, this is the chief. Welcome to episode 5 of Vanuatu. I want to see do Vanuatu. Okay, let's start the main video. Since the chief's territory is here, and I am still in the north, I will start from here first. Bye. 2 days after making an appointment with the chief, I bid farewell to my friends in the north. It was our final goodbye. I had stayed here for half a month, so everyone felt a bit reluctant, but there was no other choice. All feasts must come to an end. At the airport, I boarded a small aircraft once again. I might look all smiles on the outside, but inside, I was actually quite nervous. The key issue was that there was no direct flight to the chief. I had to transfer on another island for 2 days before continuing my journey. Friends, I have arrived at Santo. I heard there's a stunning blue hole here, so I decided to check it out before continuing my trip. I found a taxi. The blue hole I'm visiting is located here on Santo Island. It takes about half an hour to drive from town. The round trip cost me over 200 RMB. We've arrived. Friends, tickets are required here. How much is it? 3,000 Vatu. So beautiful. The water is so clear. And there are so many fish. 83,000. Impressive. But I need to go diving now. Let's talk later. Friends, I can't hold back anymore. I just want to jump in and take a look. The water is just too clear. So, how did your brother's car sell? Quasi-used cars. Turns out it sold for 20% more than offline stores. That much? Yeah. Quasi-use is a national beer auction model. Within a day, more than 20 buyers placed bids. I picked the highest bid and sold it the same day. The auction price is the final price. If you're selling a car, go to the comments section for a free valuation. I'll check it out now. By the way, you can also buy cars on Quasi. Tesla is available for 99,000 now. Basically, buying or selling used cars. Quasi is the way to go. Wow, it's so cold, freezing, so blue, oh, so blue. This is definitely river water. So cold, okay. Such a beautiful spot, yet no tourists are here. Only okay bro and I are tourists. A few minutes after getting into the water, I felt my body's warmth mechanism activating. Or maybe the underwater scenery was just too beautiful. Now, I don't feel cold at all. So beautiful. This is the most stunning sight I've ever seen. Friends, even the shore is stunning. Look at the little grasses and the small fish. I feel like I'm lying inside a supermassive aquatic tank. I truly can't describe Shantwo. You must visit this place. It's amazing, and you have to get into the water. Without going in, you can't feel this beauty. It's really raining a lot. The day after seeing this beauty, I set off again to see the chief. Did you guys notice? I always book the last row of seats. It just makes me feel more relaxed. Alright, after landing here, since the roads on this island are inaccessible, I took a boat for another 3 hours, finally arriving at the chief's territory. The chief, finally arrived at the chief's place. Look at my hair, you can tell. It was definitely over 3 hours. Turns out I'm staying in this room. Now, he has built 2 new rooms. Pretty basic though. No mosquito. The thing I fear the most at any place is mosquitoes. Of course, we can't forget a flower for the occasion. bringing a flower, and the chief's yard is full of coconut trees. I plan to grab a few to quench my thirst. Since the chief and I are old friends, I feel totally at home here. So many coconuts. Oh no, one fell. Okay. Well, that evening, restless as always, I got my gear ready, planning to have the captain take me to a nearby spot for a dive and see what kind of marine life I can find here. Going down now. Friends, you're not seeing things wrong. Here, the chief insisted on arranging for 2 kids to help me. But you know what? Kids who grow up by the sea are naturally great at diving. They're amazing. They don't even need flippers. Let's begin. The first thing we found was a little squid. I prefer calling it a little pebble. No matter how you cook this, it tastes great. It's just a bit small, that's all. Ah, such a tasty little guy. Let's take one. Whoa, look. There's a whole group of them. Let's get 2. No lobsters in sight. After setting aside the little squid, I swam back to the same spot, dived down again, and kept shooting. Another one. It's the same little guy again. The kids are helping me hold them. Okay. Then I kept searching for a while. The 2 kids were also helping, searching hard, but still no sign of any big lobsters. Instead, I found another kind of shrimp. Right in front of me, the slipper lobster. This time, I caught it barehanded, got the first slipper lobster. Wow, this slipper lobster is quite big. This is such a coincidence. Not far from the first slipper lobster, I found another one. Are we going to fill a whole bucket with slipper lobsters tonight? Looked for so long, still no lobsters. But another slipper lobster. Again, another slipper lobster. Yeah. Well, this is turning into a wrap. So far, more than an hour has passed, but the harvest is still small. I was worried the kids might get cold in the water, so I let them head back first. Now it's just me searching. Friends, there are slipper lobsters but no regular lobsters, let alone anything else. I can only keep collecting these familiar old actors. Actually, I saw quite a few earlier. I just didn't go for them right away. A fish. Such a big fish, yes. After taking care of the old actors, actually, I planned to search for just 10 more minutes, but in these last 10 minutes, I got a surprise. Talk about love arriving late. Wow, the captain caught me a huge one. Where is it? A huge lobster. Usually, lobsters don't seem this hard to find. Wow, finally found one today. So happy. Quick, keep watching. Keep going, continue. Spend another 20 minutes for another surprise. But it seems like surprises are not meant for me. So, I just took these to hermit crabs along. To eating crabs. Not enough lobsters, so crabs will do. Collected. Let's go. We've been searching for over 2 hours already. Heading back. We finally made it back. Let's see how we take a bath. Scooping water from this bucket. There are no shower heads here, let alone hot water. This is all I got tonight. Lobsters were really hard to find tonight. Only found one, but it's quite big, around 3 pounds. Caught to lychee shrimps too. Not bad at all. Tastes great. The old actor needs no introduction. Of course, the chief has already killed it. Take a shot. Tonight. We're making a salad with lychee shrimps, refreshing salad. Making a salad is super easy. Just cut the shrimp and squid meat into small strips. Since the chief has limited ingredients, we can only add some green pepper, lemon, and soy sauce. Mix it all up, and it's ready to eat. Friends, the seafood salad is ready. You guys, go ahead eat first. Even better than cooked. You can really taste the sweetness of the shrimp and the soft, chewy texture of the squid. Glad we added lemon. It's amazing. With the crispy green peppers, oh my gosh. Delicious. Barely said a word and it's almost gone. My goodness. I better stop eating and save some for the cameraman. Oh, you actually saved some for me. Thanks, my friend. You're the best. Sleeping in the room is way too hot, and there's no fan. So we set up a tent outside. Sleeping outside is much cooler. Okay, time to sleep. Good night, friends. Good morning, friends. Let's take a look at the scenery around the plan. Look for sea cucumbers. What are sea cucumbers? They're these little guys in front of me. They belong to the Holothuroidea class of marine echinoderms. Second plan, cook octopus. Because in the afternoon, we're making a local festive dish called labu labu. The more seafood, the better. Today he's off to Lulu Happy again. I thought it was the same guy from yesterday. They all look the same anyway. This is Lulu right here, ha ha ha. Okay. The chief says today I'm the captain, leading these 3 little ones out to sea. Besides the 3 little friends, the chief also called an old friend to help. After all, the more, the merrier. But just as we arrived at the usual spot, where we often visit, the weather suddenly turned very bad. Strong winds and heavy rain, and the waves were huge. After waiting for half an hour, the weather was still the same. So we decided not to look for reeds today. Instead, we changed locations to get some seafood. Now we are getting ready to go into the sea to catch some octopuses. Otherwise, my lapu-lapu dish would be doomed. With more people, the speed is faster. Before we even started searching, the chief's old friend found the first octopus. But the waves were rough today, and this octopus was particularly sneaky. It hid inside a hole and refused to come out. So I teamed up with the big brother, and finally, the octopus crawled out. Finally got it out. The waves were huge, but we caught our first octopus. After bringing the octopus onto the boat, we continued searching. But this time, we didn't find another octopus. Instead, we found a big barramundi. Right next to the barramundi, there was an aurora starfish. So strong, I gave it to the barramundi to eat. Yes, my friends, just about 10 meters away from the barramundi, the aurora starfish was hiding. Its only natural enemy is the barramundi. It seems the barramundi was following its scent. So, I took the liberty to let the barramundi take a high-speed train. Within seconds, it ate several cans of seafood. Originally, we planned to catch 3 octopuses today, but in the next half hour, we found nothing. Luckily, I changed the plan later, and after searching for a while, a group of giant sea wolves appeared before me. No hesitation, I picked the biggest one. Alan Ahmed. But this shot didn't hit the head directly, so the sea wolf kept jumping out of the water, shaking its gills. And it was huge. By my estimate, it was at least 10 kilograms. So, I didn't dare use my hands to help. It escaped. Oh my god. Losing a sea wolf is normal for me. Their explosive power is too strong. A headshot is always uncertain, but the grouper I just found was different. If I could hit it, it was almost a sure catch. grouper. The sea wolf earlier was even bigger, at least 2 to 3 times the size of this grouper. Such a pity. It escaped. The wind today was too strong. Even the video taken on the boat was unusable due to the noise, so I had to narrate it instead. Now, we're catching the last fish. Then we'll call it a day targeting this black snapper. If you ever see this fish, make sure to try it. The taste is no less than dongxing bang. These black melons are quite big, probably around 3 or 4 pounds. Friends, we are back. Today's catch includes 2 fish and 1 octopus. For the labulabu dish, I chose lobster, octopus, and black melon. Making labulabu today is quite complicated. First, we need to gather a lot of small stones, then heat them up in the fire. For the staple food of labulabu, the chief's wife chose bell peppers. They are different from the bananas we usually eat. Besides bell peppers, we also need a lot of coconut flakes. Here, Lolo comes in handy. Once everything is ready, the tea squeezes the coconut water into the bell peppers. After mixing it, place the bell peppers evenly on banana leaves. Then, put in the black melon, large lobster, and octopus. Add some seasoning. Next, wrap everything up with banana leaves. Place it over the fire. Then, take the preheated stones and arrange them on top. Finally, cover everything with layers of cloth bags. And that's it. Friends, the preparation of labulabu has already taken over an hour. Now, we still have to wait another 2 hours. Indeed, delicious food always requires patience. After 2 hours, we remove the cloth bags and the stones, finally bringing the labulabu into the chief's hall. Now, let's taste it. This is the bell pepper. So fragrant and delicious. The coconut aroma ... I wonder if the octopus is easy to chew. Let's try. Very easy to chew, just like eating cuttlefish. So delicious. Let's try the lobster made this way. Very fragrant and not dry. That's interesting. Delicious, delicious. This is the black melon fish. So tender. With this cooking method, all the seafood flavors are taken to the next level. Absolutely amazing. Wow, we are full and satisfied. Friends, that's it for episode 5 of Tang Shu Wan Luo 2. If you like my content, don't forget to like, follow, and leave a comment. Bye bye.